folks, welcome back to Heard It on the Axe. We're listening to 100 Proof Justice. Just real quickly, I want to read this drink, 100 Proof Justice, to you. It's a half an ounce of amaretto, half an ounce of wild turkey, half an ounce of Jack Daniels, half an ounce of sloe gin, a splash of orange juice, and a splash of sweet and sour mix, which really sounds like the breakfast of champions to me.
What are you doing after the show, Rich?
I'm going to have myself some of this.
You want to go stop at a bar and...
Yes.
Perfect recipe for a Sunday.
Have you ever taken one of these cars and handed it down to a bartender and see if
we did it last night, yeah.
Really?
They got the hang of it.
I am actually going to order this drink all the time.
I am. I really am.
You got to watch it.
I'm probably going as soon as the show is over.
Excellent. Excellent. And like I said in the break, I consider myself a professional alcoholic, so I'm going to enjoy this.
I'm more of your apprentice. I'm training.
You're the guy who's carrying me around.
Yeah, really. I am the guy that carries me
Welcome back, folks. And we're back here with 100 Proof Justice. We want to talk about the song Freedom Isn't Free, right?
Yes.
So tell us about that.
Basically, I'm a vet, raised a vet. Most of our families are vets. Watching a show one day, commercial came on, the song came to me, I sent it to him, 10 minutes later it's done, but it's a military tribute to all the deceased soldiers from any era. To that end, we're donating proceeds from that song to OperationNeverForgotten.org. And you can get the song for $1 on Reverb Nation or on our Facebook page.
And all the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds?
Well, we don't even get 100% of the proceeds, but a portion of what's left.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that organization, again, it helps families of deceased or deployed troops.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Last week, I was talking about, I received from somebody who bought something for me at the store, Wilson Santiago, Master Sergeant Santiago. He called me up one time. I'll repeat the whole story. In the middle of the night, I was working in the office because for some reason I just work constantly. And I got an email. It was about 12:30 a.m. our time. Usually when I get that, it's somebody from the West Coast. So I emailed him back, look, I'm in my office, just call the store now, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. It turned out he was calling from Qatar, and it was Master Sergeant Santiago who wanted an EVH Wolfgang. So I gave him a killer deal, and he asked me, he's like, would you mind shipping it through military channels? And I'm thinking, dude, you're in Qatar, brother. I'll do whatever I got to do to get it to you. Right? No big deal. So about a week later, it must have been last week or the week before, in the mail I received an American flag and a certificate that flag had flown over a mission in Afghanistan, which, I mean, it was like the most touching thing I've ever gotten. So what you guys are doing is absolutely fantastic. And this show will get behind it, and my store will get behind it for sure to get the word out for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So you can go to Reverb Nation and actually buy songs too.
Yeah.
This Reverb Nation thing is just
it's awesome.
You know, it is fantastic. And you were saying on the break that if Reverb Nation also hooks you up with festivals,
you go onto your page and they have an opportunities thing. You click on it and it has a list of festivals all over the country. You can submit your stuff and get on the bill.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's absolutely fantastic. So you guys now though, for right now it's local and you're finishing the CD, the album.
Yep.
And then is it the touring life for you guys, or what are you just going to see what happens, or?
See what happens.
I mean, is there going to be a time where you're all in a van with this drink? Because I would like to be in that.
Depends on who's driving.
Who's going to drive? Kim Marie, you're going to have to drive us around, I think. You wanted to talk about the long-haired country boy, the fact that what did you want to mention about that? We were talking about this in the break.
Paul Hornberger did a video on his own, and he mixed like an old Western gunfight with us playing live scenes, and it's really cool. It's on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And Reverb Nation.
Is it under 100 Proof Justice on YouTube?
Yeah, just search 100 Proof Justice Long Hair Country Boy, and that should be the first one that pops up.
No kidding. Now, all you guys have played a lot. Larry, LW, we grew up together. Ray, we grew up together.
Yeah.
You guys have all played a ton. Is this the most fun that you've had?
Absolutely.
It is.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's you never know when that right band is going to come along.
The other
right
guys that are just as dumb as me to end up in the same room.
The thing that I think is amazing, and I've talked to you guys a lot about this, is the writing. You guys seem to be able to write at will. You know, you'll come up with something, send it to Ray, and
fortunate in that respect.
Yeah,
for
that's
the last
amazing.
10 years, there's never been really a block. I mean.
So you and Ray have written for 10 years.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And never any. I mean, all through that writing, did it lean you toward this genre of music, or has it
we did just about every genre out there.
Yeah.
Last year we were country. Before that, we're the two founders of No Excuses, the all-acoustic rock band. That's still going strong with Dan Lebowski, Sandy Belsky, Jim Campbell, and Jim Mangani.
Yeah?
Yeah,
So you've kind of done every genre of music.
pretty much. And
And-
now we threw it all into this.
Yeah. It's almost like the drink.
Right.
It's like a
It
gumbo.
keeps coming back to the drink.
It's like-
That's what it is with me and Rich. It will always come back to the drink.
I really like the style of music you guys do, though, and I have to. I'll freely admit, I'm not a Southern rock guy. I'm not a big fan of it. I've never been a big fan of it. But what you guys do is really, I don't think it's Southern rock. I think it's just different and modern and has its own twist on it. It definitely have your own signature on it. Were you guys Southern rock guys? I don't know if I remember you being a Southern rock guy.
Not too much, but like at our live shows, we'll do Midnight Rider, but it'll have bass and drums like Godsmack driving the bottom
Yeah.
line, and the harmonies and the guitar are just like the old song, and it's going over.
And Chris and Joel's influences are, I mean, were you guys country guys or just a little bit of everything?
I actually grew up doing a lot of Southern rock.
Southern rock?
Yeah. And then, the newer stuff, Godsmack, when they came out, I was a huge Godsmack fan, and I originally, I tried to start the Godsmack tribute band, and things got messed around, but that's my background there, as far as, my genre was always Southern rock.
Southern rock, yeah, that's interesting. And Chris, same thing, Southern rock?
Sort of. I mean, I started off playing along to bands like Boston and Led Zeppelin, so I was more kind of like classic rock.
Yeah, more
guy.
that classic rock,
Yeah, and then it kind of developed into the 90s rock, and I played in several cover bands around the area that kind of did the same thing. I lived in the South for a little bit and ended up playing in a Southern rock tribute band that was down there, so I kind of attribute them to learning the whole 9 minutes of Leonard Skinner, Freebird, and that kind of helps me write music with these guys now. So
Yeah, and I know your background is, I mean, you come from one of the most musical
Yes.
families
Yeah.
really in this area. And the Perry family is just,
It needs a hobby.
generation. They do cars and guitars. I mean, that's really your whole family in a nutshell. Yeah, your whole family in a nutshell is cars and guitars.
It is.
And if it wasn't for your uncle Bud,
Yeah.
I'm a musician because of Bud and Tom and Jimmy and all them.
Right.
So, they're just a wonderful family. And you're basically country, though, traditional country.
Yeah, straight traditional.
Yeah.
Nothing else in any direction. But
I think it's funny, too, because
it had value, though. I mean, when we used to sit there and play in the basement there, and
or at Bud's parties.
yeah, it was still valuable to learn.
I remember being the young kid, too, being there at Bud's parties and, being intimidated to go up and play, with it. I mean, but I think it's funny because Tommy Z is this way, too. If you only know Tommy Z as a blues player, which he's a phenomenal blues player, I mean, he's phenomenal. But Tommy can shred like there's no tomorrow, and it's the same thing with you. A lot of people know you as a shredder, but I know for a fact you can sit and play country licks all night long, traditional country licks.
I have to, or my uncle will kill me.
I know you'd end up getting expelled from the family.
Yeah.
That's,
Exactly right.
that's fantastic. So what's coming up on deck? Anything?
What's on your mind?
Actually, what's on my mind right now is this.
Yeah, we're still talking. Me and Rich are still just we want the drink.
I wish you could drink on air.
Why can't you?
I think it's against the
Chef,
law.
Chef Binks does.
Matt, is it against the law?
Chef Binks has
I
wine.
don't believe so.
Yeah, Chef Binks has people come in with wine and stuff all the time.
This
Did a
is
whole wine show previous years for now.
See,
really.
Yeah,
why are we not drinking in studio?
I'm drinking next week.
Yeah, we're bringing in flasks next week. What do you want, Matt? We'll bring it for you.
probably not a good idea that I drink on the job.
Where's the next gig?
Whiskey Joe's Friday night, Club Paradise Saturday.
I think we got a week off, and then we're playing at Macaroons the end of this month for the first time, April 30th. It's going to be a big show for us,
They're gonna love you guys there.
and big event that we have coming up at Club Diablo, May 2nd. It's on a Monday night, I think, but we were invited. I think it's a national tour, it's part of the Jägermeister tour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they invited us to come down and play. I think there's a whole other host of bands that are playing there. I think one of the musicians from
Us and
Kitty
one other
is
guy.
running
Yeah,
it
the
too.
bass player.
player.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
really?
bass player from Kitty.
Yeah.
And that's
He's
Monday.
hosting it.
Yeah.
May 2nd, yeah.
Diablo.
I think Macaroons is going to love you. So when you go see a live performance, do you guys throw the Godsmack stuff in too? Or do you, what is a 100 Proof Justice live performance?
We've been kind of straying away from that, but
You can't get rid of it.
You got to. Yeah, I mean, you guys are the same band that did the.
Yeah.
So you got to get requests for it, right? I'd imagine.
yeah.
Some of the fans bled over, so yeah, there's always a couple that yell it out.
Yeah.
We managed to fit a few in.
You know what I just noticed? Chris got stuck with that chair without the wheel. I just,
you missed
I'm
it?
watching him wobble back and forth.
Bleeding on for my life right now.
At first, I thought he just had too many of these drinks. But now I'm realizing
We're going to
it
talk
really
about this
is
in the last
chair.
segment of the
It
show.
really is the chair.
Even the chairs in this place are faulty now. What is going on with Entercom?
Our pets' heads are falling off.
All right, guys. Freedom Isn't Free is the song that people want to download. Reverb Nation is where they want to go. What are those websites, Doctor?
You can go to reverbnation.com/100proofjustice, facebook.com/southern metal, or you guys can be emailed at 100proofjustice@gmail.com.
And we want to thank you guys so much for coming. And we just found out
Thank you.
we're going to be sharing a bill in
July
what is
9th.
that?
July 9th.
July 9th.
Poison Whiskey, you
Okay.
guys, and then us opening the show at the Canal.
Well, that's going to be fantastic. It's going to be 100 Proof Justice and Rich and Famous. And then, who's the headliner?
Poison Whiskey.
Excellent.
Skinner tribute.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Perfect. Because, that's what I'm all about.
So we'll be drinking those drinks.
Yeah,
that day.
we'll bring them down for you.
That'll be a lot of fun. And,
It will.
and that's at Canal. What is that at?
Yeah, Canal Fest.
Is it Canal Fest?
Yeah,
I get confused because they keep changing the
Yeah,
name
I
of what's
wasn't
going on.
sure
I
over
don't
there.
know what it is.
But it is Canal Fest.
As far as I know.
And it's Rick Falkowski, who's a great guy. And
Right.
he does so much for Buffalo music. It's just, and Rick, I'm not trying to be condescending. I just am lost 90% of the time. So Kimmery will tell me where I have to be, and I'll be there on time. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, he does. He forgets that he has the show on Sundays.
Correct, I do. Well, Ray seen me earlier today with my,
Yeah.
Yeah,
my crazy
Ray
Jack
stopped
Nicholson
Ray
hair.
stopped in the store. He didn't even recognize you.
Okay. We're going to take a commercial break and come back on the other side with music news and the state of Buffalo radio. Stick around, folks.